skipped to contend not long ago. His legal spokesman, Rudy Giuliani, revealed that President Trump reimbursed his personal attorney Michael Cohen for the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels in the weeks leading up to the 2016 election in exchange for her silence about an affair with Trump in 2006. Giuliani said Trump paid Cohen a monthly amount of $35,000 as a retainer fee for a certain number of months to indirectly reimburse Cohen for the payment Cohen made to Daniels in 2016. Most of the concerns raised about this arrangement relate to whether it violated political contribution rules or the political problems presented by the lack of consistency by Trump and his representatives on these payments. But what we should be asking is whether Trump is illegally taking a tax deduction for the Daniels payments or hush payments made to other women. If Trump takes a deduction on his personal tax return, this would very likely violate federal and most state tax laws, including New York's. Other than valid business-related expenses, the tax return may not take a deduction for personal expenses unless a specific exception in the law applies, such as medical expenses. Hush payments and related legal fees are not an allowed personal deduction. Even if Trump tried to deduct the payments of the legal retainer fee paid to Cohen on his personal Schedule A, this would not be allowed because personal legal expenses are generally not allowed, with exceptions for tax advice fees, although that is no longer deductible after 2017. Perhaps Trump has or will try to take a business deduction for hush payments and related legal fees. However, this also would likely not be permitted. It is possible that reputation protection expenses could arguably be a necessary and reasonable expense a business could deduct because it needs to protect the business reputation so as to not lose customers. However, Giuliani and others have claimed that Trump paid the amounts to Daniels, despite the affair not having occurred, to protect the family and his marriage. This is not a valid business purpose. Even if Trump argued the payments were to protect his brand name, the often-cited Trump reputation as a ladies' man would likely defeat that argument. While the payment amounts might seem immaterial on a tax return for someone as wealthy as Trump, we can look back to the example the government made of Leona Helmsley, who, coincidentally, was a real estate tycoon in New York like Trump. Helmsley was imprisoned for directing her contractors to issue invoices to her business properties despite the fact that the renovation work was done on her personal residence. Those personal expenses were clearly not deductible. Her attempts to claim they were business deductions led her to prison. Coincidentally, Giuliani was the lead attorney prosecuting Helmsley. Also, another recent Trump defender, Alan Dershowitz, represented Helmsley in her appeal. Any mention of tax matters personally related to Trump reminds us that he is the only president in modern history who has not shown us his tax returns. It appears that Trump has not yet filed his 2017 tax returns. Thus, he is likely not yet wrongly deducting the Cohen payments Giuliani referred to, which apparently started after 2016. However, it would be interesting if hush payments were deducted on Trump's prior year personal returns, or his various business entities' tax returns, for payments to other women before 2017. Also, because Trump appears to be a New York resident for tax purposes, based on the leaked 1995 New York tax return, he might be subject not just to federal tax exposure, which he might seek to influence, but also New York tax exposure.